Hello YouTube, this is TAG and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to compare the two best in their class budget phones from Sony and Motorola, the Motorola Moto G and the Sony Xperia M2. So let's get started. Starting with the build quality, the Motorola Moto G is 129.9mm tall while the Sony Xperia M2 is 139.6mm tall because of its big display. The thickness, the Motorola Moto G is thicker than the Sony Xperia M2 by 3mm, so Sony Xperia M2 is slimmer than the Motorola Moto G. Also, the weight of Motorola Moto G is 143 grams and that of Sony Xperia is 148 grams. So the Motorola Moto G is thicker but not as heavy as that of Sony Xperia M2. Coming to the hardware specifications, starting with the chipset. Both of them have same chipset, that is Qualcomm Snapdragon 400. The processor, they both have Cortex A7 in them, and the GPU is also the same, that is Adreno 305. So in the hardware they both are similar to each other. Now the memory. The Motorola Moto G comes in 8GB and 16GB variant but do not have an expandable slot, while on the other hand the Sony Xperia M2 comes with 8GB internal memory but has an expandable slot for 32GB. So Sony Xperia M2 has a plus point, but Motorola Moto G is also supported with the OTG. So there, if you want to expand your memory, so OTG is a nice option for you. Now they both have 1GB of RAM also. So in the hardware specifications almost all things are similar except the memory factor. Now moving on to the display, the Motorola Moto G has a 4.5-inch 1280 by 720 326 ppi HD display, which is far more better than the 540 by 960 229 ppi display of the Sony Xperia M2. Now moving on to the camera, the Motorola Moto G has a 5 megapixel primary camera, but the Sony Xperia M2 has a better 8 megapixel camera. The front facing camera of Sony Xperia M2 is 0.3 megapixel of that of 1.3 megapixel of Motorola Moto G. Now moving on to the battery, the Motorola Moto G has a 2070 mAh battery of that of Sony Xperia M2, which has 2300 mAh battery. Of Motorola Moto G lasts longer but is non-removable, but that of Sony Xperia M2 is removable. So the Sony Xperia M2 has a plus point here. Now moving on to the last thing which will not matter you a lot, that is the NFC. The Motorola Moto G is not supported by the NFC, but the Sony Xperia M2 is. So guys, thanks for watching, and if you do like this video, hit the like button, and if you love this video, go ahead and subscribe me.